This is the SPD-20 Roland percussion pad. 4 pads on the top, 4 pads on the bottom, 8 pads in total. I really enjoy this particular Roland product because the pads are so large. Some other companies, many companies have similar products, but the pads are really tiny. Even the Roland's own SPD percussion sampling pad, which I do own, the pads are much smaller. And it's right here. See how tiny those pads are, especially the ones on top. So I really enjoy these large pads. It makes it much easier to play. Okay, a little history about the SPD-20. It was introduced in 1998, 24 years ago, which is kind of amazing because in my eyes, the technology hasn't changed that much. You still have sampling pads, you still have pads, electronic trigger pads. So things haven't changed that much in 24 years in electronic drumming. They have just recently put out a new product called the SPD-20. I do not own it. It was just put out, I guess, in 2020. So I guess it's a couple of years old, but it's up to, I guess, $1,200. I forgot what this pad was, but looking back at it in retrospect, the technology 24 years ago was incredible. This SPD-20 pad is very popular in India. It has a tabla section with all these instruments, percussion instruments, and these guys go to gigs on their mopeds, and on their back is strapped the SPD-20. So it's extremely portable. All you need is a powered speaker, PA speaker to attach it to. I'm going to demonstrate some of the sounds today, and I hope you're going to be impressed. From the SPD-20, you also have 4 external pads that you can hook up. So in my case, I'm using the least expensive Roland pads, and they've been out since 1992, which is 30 years ago, and that's the PD-7. Here they are. They're just a rubber pad, but they're very effective, nice and large. These are the PD-7 pads. I believe they still sell them. I'm not 100% sure, but they are a dual trigger pad. You can have one sound in the center and another sound triggered from the rim of the pad. I really like these, and there's no reason to buy expensive mesh heads for everything you're doing on electronic drums. These, for certain sounds, these are all you need. Again, these are the least expensive Roland pads available. Here's my original brochure when I bought the pad. 700 drum sounds and percussion. Pretty amazing. After all these years owning it, I still haven't gone through it all. I kind of just stick to my favorites, but really, it has everything, basically, from orchestra to African sounds to regular drum sets. And of course, you can mix and match. You can adjust each pad for its volume. It's endless what you can do with it. There's room for 99 kits or patches. Today, I'm going to be focusing on number 5, called Amazon. It's really interesting. And remember, everything I do today is just going to be this one patch. And you have all these others. Maybe I can do more videos on individual patches, electronic, TR-909, the famous TR-808, techno, dance, synthesizer. And then you get all these African percussion instruments, orchestra, Chinese bells, steel drum, brass. It's just endless. I really have never even gone through all this, and I've had it for many, many years. Today I'm going to be playing through a QSC system. So there peeking through the background is the K10. I'm going to be running it through a KSub woofer, which is really incredible. They don't make it anymore. And another speaker I'm going to be using is the KW122. So I'm using 3 speakers and a subwoofer. So today I'm going to be concentrating on just that one Amazon track or patch, and I'm going to go through each one. Okay, so let's start at the top right. We'll call that pad number 1. And let's hear what we got. So it sounds like a bass drum strike with a stream in the background. Remember, this is the Amazon jungle. Let's try it again. And of course, these are pressure sensitive pads. If you play it light, it'll come out lightly. If you play it harder, it'll be that much louder. Let's try this again. I didn't realize I didn't have two of my speakers on. What you heard was just the KW122. So now I turned on the K10s. Okay, so we're on pad number 1 to the far upper right, and it's a stream sound. So it's a long sustain, and I like that subwoofer strike when it starts. Let me try that one more time. Long sustain. Okay, the next pad, we'll call that number 2 on the top from the right. It's a Amazon sound. Let's hear what it sounds like. So it's a jungle bird. Again, if you hit it lightly, it'll play lighter. If you hit it loud, it's screeching. Nice and light and loud. Okay, next one on the top. Mellow stream sound in the jungle. Again, long sustain. Okay, get ready for the next one. It's the opposite of a nice mellow stream sound. That's your far left on the top. Pretty cool. Again, to get the most out of this pad, you need some decent speakers. You can't do it with a little Bose S1 Pro. I mean, it'll work, but you're not going to get the full effect. And also, you definitely want to go stereo speakers. These sounds are made for left and right panning. Let's try that again. Again, if you hit it loud, it'll get it even louder. It's pad sensitive, velocity sensitive. Long sustain. Okay, that woke up the neighbors. Okay, we're on the bottom here. We're going for all 8 pads. Far right, bottom pad. Okay, you got some heavy drummers in the jungle. Next. Pretty mellow sound, a boing. Again, if you hit it light. Next one. Another boing sound. And the last pad on the bottom. Pretty intense accent strike. Let's see if we hit it nice and soft. What happens? Yeah, sounds different. Okay, as I mentioned before, we have some external pads. See what we got up here. So that's a loop, and it has a nice shaker in the back. These pads have 2 sounds on them, so let's hear what the rim sounds like. See if I play it softly. I think the way I have the velocity set up is it really won't trigger unless I hit it hard. Let me try that again lightly. Now, see, it's just a shaker. Okay, next pad. Again, these don't come with the SPD-20. These are extra pads I purchased. It's one of my favorites, just a loud tom strike. Let's see if I can do it softly. No, see, nothing happens. It needs a certain amount of velocity to trigger. And the rim. Goes back to that stream sound. Okay, so we have 4 external pads. I have 2 on the top. And now I'm going down to this bar trigger is also connected to the SPD-20. That has nothing to do with the Amazon jungle. I just programmed it to be in effect to go along with some of the things I'm playing with the Amazon sound. Let's see if I hit it softly. Nothing to do with the Amazon, it's a orchestra strike. And our last pad triggered, all from the SPD-20. It's just this pad on the bottom. Basically the same sound. Let's see what I have on the rim. Some type of wood block. And of course, the real thing. Almost doesn't sound as intense, does it? You can make these electronic drums be very loud that they'll actually overpower acoustic drums. You don't really want to do that. I'm just doing that for the demonstration. Okay, hope you enjoyed this video. As I mentioned, I've had this SPD-20 for many years. To me, it's hardly outdated. I heard they just came out with something new recently in the last couple of years. I didn't even know about it until I just found it on the web. It's called the SPD-20 Pro, and I think it's up to $1,200. I paid nowhere near that when I bought this. But I'm sure it has more memory, more sound. You know what I'm talking about. Everything is slightly better. But this, I'm pretty happy with that. And I mentioned there's 700 sounds. I've never even gone through them all. So, quick little demonstration, and we'll put it all together. Hope you enjoyed.